good, y'all? I'm back today with another video, and today we're gonna be talking about the importance of staying down. Staying down is important whether you in the game or you not in the game. You gotta know how to keep your feet planted. If you don't know how to keep your feet planted, you will never succeed in anything that you try to do. A motherfucker don't know what you made of until a motherfucker see how you react when your back is up against the wall, when shit is not going your way, how you react, what you choose to do. Pressure is either gonna burst a pipe or it's gonna build a motherfucking diamond. Pressure is either gonna mold you or it's gonna fold you. I wanna make this part 2 to how to not be a punk ass hoe. And if you ain't a female and you watching this, how to not be a punk in your life, period. You will not reap the rewards of anything if you don't know how to stay down long enough to boil a motherfucking egg. And with that being said, we gonna get into the video. I tell y'all about a time where I had to stay down and not be a punk ass hoe, and how I ended up reaping the rewards. This story is being told for entertainment purposes only. It's not true. It's only for my YouTube persona. Okay, so it was a bad week. It was a bad week, right? And so I felt like shit, you know? It really put a dent in my confidence. And at the same time, others around me, they was getting money and I was the only one not getting money, you know? So I felt bad. And I remember I went out to a club and I was trying to come up or whatever. All through the night of that club, I didn't come up. The club was closing, and I felt like, yet again, it was the time again where I had failed, and others around me was gonna come out successful, and yet, I'm the only one out here not coming up. Okay, so the club was closing, and so I think I was going to the bar to get, I guess, one last drink or whatever. And then right there, this guy, he finally said something to me. He was drunk as hell. Everything was everything. He had everything, and everything was everything. If you know, you know. Boom. So we go back to the hotel. I know what I'm looking for, and he had what I was looking for. So it was time to play the game, and man, it took me quite a few hours. I think it took me 5 hours before I came out with my very first time. And yeah, man, I had to stop being a punk. I had to stay down, even though I was out for several hours before I finally came up on that. And the lesson in that story is perseverance, staying down. What if I would have decided to be a punk? I would have never came up. What if you just decide to be a punk? If you decide to be a punk, you will never be a winner. I came out a winner that night. From perseverance, from staying down, from deciding to not be a punk ass hoe. The importance of staying down. You can apply this to your life as well. What I say, that pressure is either gonna mold you or it's gonna fold you, right? Let's get molded. Let's get molded around this motherfucker and stop being a punk. Don't let this shit beat you. Whatever you going through, don't let it beat you. You keep your feet planted. You learn the importance of staying down. You stay down around this bitch. And little do y'all know, the words that I'm telling y'all right now is helping me. I had to sit back and I had to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like blackjack. You want no punk ass hoe in the game. So how you finna start being a punk ass hoe now? If I knew how to stay down then, I know how to stay down now. Same rules apply. Once you get some stay down about yourself, you will be able to stay down in whatever you're trying to do. Start a business, change your life, whatever you're trying to do. I got so many different stories and so many different examples of me staying down and reaping the reward. And if you got time, I'll tell you another story. Okay, so boom. It was another time. I was out here in Vegas. Well, out there in Vegas. I had been out since 9 p.m. I had been to spot after spot. Man, I'm walking in these motherfucking hills. My feet is hurting. My feet is screaming. Okay. I had to go in the fucking bathroom and I went inside the stall and I was just like, oh my God, like, no cap. I felt like I was about to cry. But then I remember the words in my head. I was just like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you being a punk. You being a fucking punk right now. Like, stop being a fucking punk and get back out there on the floor and make it happen. Are you a real one or what? You know? So I come out the bathroom and I sit at a slot. And I'm sitting at the slot and a man, he walked by, but then he come back and he's like, yo, like, you know, you're beautiful. And boom, we start chopping it up. I go back to his room. This story is being told for entertainment purposes only. This is my YouTube persona. The first thing I ever wanted to be was an author. So I'm real good at telling stories and shit, you know? It's not true. So anyway, we go back to the room, or whatever. I think he had some Grey Goose. We drinking Grey Goose, or whatever. He get drunk. He's passing out, mind you, you know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing, you know? And when it comes to doing what I used to do, I did it well. He had put some stuff in the safe. And I already knew the combination to the safe. So, whatever. He's drunk. He's passing out. Okay, he's not now. Long story short, I get in the safe. It wasn't even much in the safe, though. It wasn't even much in the safe. I think he had like $2,000. And so, like, long story short, I came out with 700. Long story short, and that's just another story of when I felt defeated and when I was under pressure and I stayed down, you know? And this is the end of the importance of staying down, aka how to not be a punk ass hoe, part 2. Staying down is vital no matter what field you in, no matter what it is that you're trying to do. And if you was never a punk in your field, then you ain't gonna be a punk in anything that you try to do. And remember, stay down.